I just got to get the presentation up. I have to share the screen.
Well, at least start describing.
It's already up. Just got to get the presentation up. I have to share the screen.
Well, you don't have the PowerPoint out.
Yeah, it was just on the
No,
screen.
go to the desktop. There.
Sure.
Start.
So glad you were here.
All righty.
Okay. There you
Take
go.
away.
Perfect. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present to you this evening. As mentioned, my name is Michael Carroll. I'm the Executive Director for Municipal Waste Hub, formerly known as the Municipal Review Committee. Municipal Waste Hub is a Maine nonprofit organization dedicated to ensuring affordable, long-term, and environmentally sound disposal of municipal solid waste for our members. We serve municipalities, refuse disposal districts, public waste disposal, corporations, and other public entities throughout central and eastern Maine, managing waste generated by households, businesses, and institutions. This April, we changed our name from Municipal Review Committee to Municipal Waste Hub. The name wasn't chosen lightly. Waste Hub perfectly captures who we are and what we do, stewarding the municipal solid waste for 115 Maine communities. By processing our waste collectively, we achieve greater efficiency and productivity than any single community could accomplish alone. One voice, 115 members strong. We were established in 1992 due to financial struggles at the former PERC Waste to Energy facility in Orrington, which had just started operation. The municipalities pulled their waste together and became the minority owner in PERC, which then made the facility profitable. In return, Waste Hub members received long-term municipal solid waste disposal contracts with fixed rates. 25 years later, with the waste contracts expiring, waste to energy power purchase rates declining, and Maine mandating a 50% waste reduction, it was time for our organization to make a change. In 2017, construction of the grant began on a brand new state-of-the-art facility for waste processing in Handon, operated by Coastal Resources of Maine. Coastal built an $85 million facility, though they faced many struggles during construction and permitting. Coastal operated the facility at full capacity for 7 months before closing due to financial shortfalls. In 2023, Municipal Waste Hub purchased the facility from the bondholders for $1.5 million. That same year, we partnered with Innovative Resource Recovery and renamed the Handon facility Municipal Waste Solutions, MWS. Innovative is the majority owner at 90%, while Municipal Waste Hub retained 10% ownership. After a lengthy solicitation and due diligence period, we chose to work with Innovative, a multi-billion-dollar asset management firm that provides significant financial capacity. No borrowing of funds or seeking investors were needed before capital investments were made into the Handon facility. Innovative brings strong and credible teams with backgrounds in engineering, environmental services, long-haul waste operation, finance, and recycling operations. This includes traditional recycling as well as food waste diversion and mixed waste processing. Municipal Waste Solution is undergoing a $20 million investment with $10 million already deployed and $12 million allocated for the front-end material recovery facility known as a MRF. In April of this year, we reopened the facility as a transfer station, marking the beginning of our ramp up to full operations. We believe we're on track to achieve full operations in the front end of the facility, which uses advanced screening and optical sorting to separate recyclables, including cardboard, plastic, and metals. Glass and grit will be repurposed for cover and drainage. Currently, we're conducting a thorough review and characteristics of all incoming waste. This is critical study helps us identify how to improve waste separation at the source, ensuring that materials arriving at NWS are not contaminated with problematic items like lithium batteries, tires, mattresses, and other bulky waste that require special handling and recycling methods. Phase 2 of the operation, this represents a much bigger investment. We're expanding our anaerobic digestion capacity by 6 million gallons coming online in 2026 to process all organics and pulp fiber into natural gas renewable energy. We already have natural gas pipeline connectivity in place to resell the gas. Something truly exciting is our hub and spoke model, which will totally change the waste management in Maine. Municipal Waste Solutions has identified strategically located member transfer stations that will serve as regional spokes connected to a central hub at the Hamden facility. All will operate under the Municipal Waste Solutions banner. This hub and spoke infrastructure will allow us to offer a much wider range of services for virtually all types of waste and recyclables, while enabling us to optimize truckloads and logistics. With this model, we can efficiently transport and process recyclables, construction, demolition, waste, bulky items, tires, and much more, creating a truly comprehensive waste management solution. Perhaps our most significant development is the acquisition of the former J Mill disposal site, which Municipal Waste Hub secured at zero cost and rebranded as Jayco. The Jayco property includes an existing wastewater treatment facility, which presents exciting possibilities. We plan to utilize the site as one of our spoke locations to efficiently direct waste and recyclables to Hamden, but also use it for construction and demolition debris disposal. Jayco came complete with the necessary closure funds for proper maintenance and site closure when needed, and we will not accept any out-of-state waste at Jayco. Our experienced partner will handle the day-to-day operation and liabilities, ensuring professional management of this asset. Transportation Division. To implement the hub and spoke, our partner Innovative Resource Recovery has added a dedicated transportation division to the Hamden operation, and it is genuinely a game changer. They have acquired an impressive fleet of 15 tractors and 20 trailers. This significant investment in rolling stock will work seamlessly to connect the Hamden hub with member transfer stations throughout the network, efficiently and economically moving waste and recyclables. Beyond operational advantages, the hub and spoke transportation solution creates valuable synergies among members by significantly reducing our collective carbon footprint through optimizing routing and full capacity loads. Scholarship program. Municipal Waste Hub is proud to announce our new scholarship program designed to support the next generation of service professionals. In 2026, we will offer up to $10,000 in scholarship for high school seniors or college freshmen already in post-secondary education. Our commitment expands beyond waste management. We believe in cultivating young leaders who will strengthen Maine communities. Over the past year, while Hamden facility, Municipal Waste Solutions has been in excellent hands with Innovative Resource Recovery working toward restart. The Municipal Waste Hub team has been extremely busy. We visited all member communities, created focused discussion groups, conducted member surveys, and performed through due diligence. The feedback was consistent and clear. Members wanted improved transportation solutions and more accessible collection points to increase recycling, decrease tip rates, and dispose of other types of waste beyond municipal solid waste in ways that are both environmentally sound and economical. Well, we listened and we have executed on their recommendations. The developments I shared with you today are a direct result of community input and our commitment to meeting their needs. We've always prioritized transparency with our members. We believe in keeping them informed and involved in every step of the way as we evolve and improve. We are working continuously on education and outreach materials and creating posters for our transfer stations of non-acceptable waste, which I'll leave these with you. And also showing that they're part of the membership, which will direct you to the website. Scotty is a character we created to educate on waste. He is all over our social media platforms, providing waste tips of the week, and here is his latest video.
Municipal Waste Hub is more than just trash and blue bins. But what does Waste Hub mean? It means we enable your town to meet Maine's 50% recycling goal. The plant we use takes your waste in, sorted or unsorted, and extracts recyclable products. Regardless of where you place your trash, the right thing will be done with it. No need to separate at home. We take metal, plastics, glass, paper, and cardboard. Anaerobic digestion turns organic waste into natural gas. This is how Waste Hub and its over 100 member towns and cities in Maine meets the state's 50% recycling goal. Municipal Waste Hub. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Municipal Waste Hub equates to more than just
There we go. Summarized, we've rebranded as Municipal Waste Hub to better reflect our mission. We've reopened the Hammond facility as a transfer station while working towards baling operations of recycled material such as cardboard later this month in full MRF commercial operations in late February, early March. We've implemented an innovative hub and spoke model with dedicated transportation solutions. And we are developing public outreach and education materials. These developments position Municipal Waste Hub to serve you better than ever with greater efficiency, expanded services, and continued commitment to our environmental responsibilities. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
That commercial is we showed us with Scotty,
Yeah,
that'll be on like regular network TV?
well, right now,
We just use it for our website?
I've sent it to all the towns to put on their websites. Scotty's all over our social media, and we can send the towns to kind of connect. He gives a tip of the week, the science tip of the week, and then he also gives recommendations. We have budgeted for next year, which haven't been approved yet, but it's in the budget. We are gonna bring on probably in April, because the plan we actually going forward, an education outreach person. And that's gonna be for going to schools with, we plan on doing a lot more videos, but that kind of just speaks to everybody and gets a quick overview. We're working on the Scotty now, the do's and don'ts of waste, talking about lithium batteries and that type of thing. These posters do a really good job, like the tires and brick, but we need to now educate. If it fits in the household garbage bag, should it be there? And that's like your lithium batteries or those type of things. So, yeah, we did receive a grant for, $35,000 to do all education outreach just for, the public. So that we have to do that. But Scotty's all over social media right now. He has,
We change the name of it.
so, whatever, so, that's funny, because the last few meetings, everybody wants to call him Murph.
Oh.
So 3 people come out and say, why don't you name him Murph? It's just something we never thought of.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Anything else?
That's pretty exciting what you're saying about Jay.
It's very exciting.
I bet they're happy up there.
Been working on that for a year. So, where it's something that I think is gonna fit in good with the membership. It's gonna make a good spoke for, more opportunities, like maybe, debris has been a big issue in Maine for the last few years from storms. Like these major cities, major places, they get all this debris and down trees and everything, those end up going up landfills. So we're looking at grinding opportunities now. And the wastewater treatment plant, hopefully, we're excited to own it. We don't know why, but we do know because of the PFAS issues and stuff. I mean, it's a nice wastewater treatment facility, and so we're really excited to have that under our umbrella.
This is the old J pulp mill.
Give a little positive energy for next meeting and infection bubbles about that.
And they've been good, very good. I've been working with them for a while and working with the town manager, and we've gone to town meeting, and it's been a really good response. It really has. Clean development that's going on out there, and I think we can do the same.
Board members, have any questions?
Anything to do this guy?
Public? Telling you. Becca. Great. Thank you.
I'm gonna get these posters and I just start grabbing some hardware off your computer there. And we'll get out of your hair. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Be back in here. Public hearing, we have none. Citizen comments. There's comments from.
Thank you.
citizens
Thank you.
of Waldorf. No comment? It's not.
Dr. Shermax would have a speech.
Select board comment.
Later.
Abden?
I got nothing.
Go ahead, nothing.
Well, I would like to say a big thank you to the Ecumenical Church in Newcastle. Today we provided, they prepared and our Public Works Department distributed 163 food baskets for Thanksgiving to our residents. So I want to say a thank you to the Ecumenical Church and also to our Public Works Department. They go, they pick them up, and they are the manpower that we use to take those boxes to everybody's cars. And I cannot tell you how thankful everybody was who came in. So I just wanted to make a mention of that. We've had a question over the past few meetings about A.D. Gray and what the reverter clause said. So I wanted to update you on that. I did get a chance to look at our agreement. They took ownership January 17th of 2024. So they have 5 years from the date they take ownership of the property, so control ownership. So that would be January 17th of 2029.
2029.
So they have 5 years to.
They have
come up with the
5
money
years.
and-
Correct.
Does that just come up with the money or have the project complete?
So it's basically they had got control of the project, and then it can be how there's certain milestones they have to reach, and there's a way that we would, so if say they're halfway through, they have to provide us with weekly or monthly updates. They provided us with updates because not much has been happening, but once it gets rolling, we can ask for, they don't have, well, they have to, we ask for monthly updates and things like that. So part of when we were negotiating, part of what we wanted that reverter clause in there, but we also wanted to give opportunity. So say they were very close to completion before the 5th year, before the time expired. There's things that we can do or they can do to agree to give them more time. So it's not just, you're not done. I don't want anybody to think you haven't done anything or you're halfway done and then it reverts back to the town. There's a lot of other legalese in there, but January 17th, 2029, where we could really do anything. Mill Street, just to let everybody know, because I gotten through a select board member, somebody approached them about Mill Street. The contractor will be here next week to ease the transition from the road into the doctor's office, Waldeboro Green and the houses that are there. Where the sidewalks are with the dirt that's piled there, that's to make the sidewalks. That's not, they just can't. We put the base layer down, the weather moved in. So we're not putting what's the term I'm looking for, John, the top coat on, because it's too cold. And that's what we would also, the top coat would be what is made on the sidewalk, so.
Right, surface don't, so
The surface
urban
don't.
instead.
So they're not gonna remove the grindings they have on the side.
That's what the side-
That's what,
That's for the sidewalk.
They're gonna leave that right there, so.
that's what they're gonna make the
Won't
base
affect
for
the
the
plowing
side.
or anything.
I talked to Will and he's gonna go in and just put mulch cover over it for now. He's. It was just too late. You know, to try to do it. But the price we got it done at, we can't complain. So, yeah.
The transition to the bridge
People.
is harsh, however, I will tell you that some people that live there, it slows a lot of traffic down. Be careful, really, like, that's, but, they will be,
Oh, yeah.
they will be transitioning, that when they return next week.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that would be Will, so hopefully he would remember. But I just didn't want anybody to think that it wasn't something we were aware of. And just to give you an idea, one of the reasons we went with that particular contractor was because they honored their price from the previous year. So that just alone in that project, you're looking at about a $35,000 savings. And it could be more because when we were doing Elm Street and we talked to the contractor to do Elm Street, that was already at Elm Street, which was different than our paving contractor. They had a paving contractor come in and just do a small portion of Elm Street. Their price was $40 over per ton over what our current Hager's current price is to do Mill Street, so it's a significant amount of savings. Just wanted everybody to remember why we did it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I got one more thing.
Okay,
I do that somehow. Last week I attended the planning board meeting. A lot of discussion about the cell phone tower. That is a pre-application, so keep an eye, folks, keep an eye on the calendar on when they're gonna fly the balloon for the hour, so they can show people what it's gonna look like and whatnot. Should be happening here in the next couple of weeks, I would think. All right.
you guys can be free. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are these business cards made out of recycled material?
Don't comment. Get a motion to approve the consent calendar.
So moved. Second.
Discussion on the consent calendar. All in favor? New business. We have 10.1. We have a renewal for the Perch Bakery liquor license. Any place from them? Good.
I'm actually here if anyone has any questions about that. Renewal or anything like that, just let me know. It's,
Look at that.
I just knew you guys had cinnamon rolls, which I'm due to come back in for that.
yes. Well, we had a liquor license and we let it lapse, I think in 2023 or 2024, it's a blur. And we're moving back into doing just hosting some evening hours. So we're going to be doing like movie nights once a month, a little craft. I guess they kind of call it like bitch and stitch. Do some sip and paint where we have like someone come in and people come, paint along on a wine glass or a board or something like that, and just a few other events throughout the month. So we wanted to have liquor license back. Last time we had retail and on premises, and this time we're just going on premises. So we won't be selling any bottles of wine in the shop or anything like that, just by the glass.
So this is actually a new application because it lapsed, right? Okay.
It did. Yeah. I had to apply for a new one
Right.
rather than a renewal, because I think it was 6 months was the period of time you could let it lapse before you had to apply for a new one. And I have a an appointment tomorrow morning with Mike Verhar, I think is how you say his name. He's the liquor inspector for Lincoln County. So we're meeting at the cafe tomorrow morning to do a inspection. So he just wanted also for me to let him know how this turned out at the select board meeting tonight.
I'll make a motion to approve the liquor license.
Second.
No more discussion? All in favor?
Yay, thank you. That was easy. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Pam, you have to work.
Actually, our electronics, so you don't have to.
You don't sign it, okay.
I'll go and enjoy it.
10.2.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you. And thank you, Ruben. I'll see you soon.
10.2, grant update. I guess we have Mr. Matt Singer.
We have Maximilian.
Talk about a grant that he put in before we left it.
Hey everyone, how we doing? So before I left, last grant I put in was the land water conservation fund, which if approved would get us some tennis courts and pickleball courts over at the community park. And we were just told Thursday, I believe,
Thursday.
that the state will give us a thumbs up and they'll put it in for us for federal approval. Which doesn't mean it's locked in, but it's pretty much 99% guaranteed.
Oh, actually,
I thought it was
It-
too. He had to rain on my parade.
Technically, it is approved at the state level, which means we've accomplished everything, and now they just have to send it off to the federal government as a sort of a in our honor or something. The state's pretty much saying we're recommending this gets federal approval. Yeah. So I did have to ask that question just because reading the paper, reading the document again, it said state approval. But in the years they've been putting it in for all the applications they've had from the state of Maine, they haven't had anything rejected from the federal government. So, you know, knock on wood, that 1% chance happened. And with luck, this is a project that could probably get started in Waldeboro in the spring.
Good news.
Yes. That's all I'm really required and have to say. Now, I could spend more time talking about how this is actually something that took years, even when I first started here.
So when people think government moves really fast, it really doesn't, because this is something that landed in. Max and I started within 2 months of each other, and it landed in our laps in 2017. And we are finally resolving it almost at the beginning of 2026.
Yeah.
So.
And there's so many different components that went into this that I don't think a lot of people will realize. I think some people just hear about the grants and like, oh, why doesn't the town just do it every year? As Julie noted, Waldeboro was in forestanding and couldn't apply for it because of the tennis court. So we used to have over at the former 80 grade, which we've already gone over a bit. And so we had to find a new parcel that could fill in that mold of a new recreation spot. And we've tried. No one told me it was a problem until like 2019 or something. So I was a bit late on the goal on that one, but looked around. And also the comprehensive plan is something that needed to be passed. So we actually could qualify for this. That's actually one of the requirements that's needed, that we have an up-to-date comprehensive plan. So fortunately, that was my first thing doing in Waldeboro. So fantastic that was brought in, and that, I don't even remember how much that contract was. It was 25,000. And then when, I have to say Sylvania, when Sylvania was offered to us, I remember the initial complaints. I just have to say it just because that's what it was in 2020. When now the community park was offered to us in 2020, I remember a lot of people saying, don't take it, because it's $10,000 in taxes you're going to lose every year. But we got it. And if you take into account all those taxes, the 25,000 for the comp plan, the pine tree engineering work that had to go into it, the yellow book appraisal that had to be done for it. If you took all that into account, that's maybe no more than 100,000, I think. This is a grant for $500,000. So town's getting more than its payback. And finally, there is a match. I have to point out there is a match. There's a 1-1 match. But that's why we have TIF. And because you have the TIF program, the town will have, if it does get approved by the federal government, it does have to be a town meeting noting that the town will have money to do the match, which maybe has, that's something that we discussed later. It could be a loan that pays off over time. But I think it's been getting 150,000 in revenue every year. So the reason I bring that up is because that was also something that back in 2019, when that was suggested, I was told it wasn't gonna pass, and I think 100 vote difference, it almost didn't. So the combination of the TIF and all this work done, and even I think Waldoboro residents are very much enjoying this without actually having to pay a dime. And I say that there's just that 0.1% of people who are in that TIF district, but the land water conservation grant, that's not done through federal taxes, that's done through lease agreements with federal lands. So it's not even tax dollars that are going through. The TIF is really the only tax dollars used, and it's just the growth that we've been seeing in the commercial and industrial sites.
That is something everyone will have access to.
Exactly. And it's just the first phase.
Thank you for the perseverance. It's a good payoff in time.
That would be a great one.
Yeah.
And the site's just big enough so that we're back in good standing. I actually have to find the map because a certain portion of the area has to be still developed by the town to have new recreation on it. It's something that will hopefully get basketball courts on and everything.
And the biggest, one of the nicest things too is we don't know yet. But Kate's first grant, so that was Max's going out grant. Kate's first arrival grant was the Trails grant, so that's just another great thing to look forward to. We should know about that maybe by the end of the year.
That's some pretty good synergy right there.
Kate's already threatening the record.
I know, she's already threatening. She's putting it, she's getting in there.
So yeah. I'm just happy that that actually got accepted. The last grant put in. Like you getting approval. And
That's really great.
And this is something that, obviously, this is the first time it's been publicly.
Yes, and we are having
We
our,
need to make sure that we have a good conversation with the community park committee.
well, let me tell you, on Monday is our first meeting since the
Monday.
reconstituted park committee, so.
A good kickoff.
It'll be a great kickoff. They have to meet, elect their new officers, I guess. I guess you consider their chair. And,
Thing with the record, different kind of value.
right, but we have a good, really representative, we have, just so you know, we have, well, you all know because you appointed them, we have 2 new members. And I think it'll be great. They're very excited. I did call them and let them know.
Thank you, Matt.
I'm looking forward to when it's open.
Nice place for a wedding.
You play pickleball.
My brother actually was the captain for the CLC YMCA team that just competed over in Arizona. And now, yeah, throwing that out there. Don't know where wedding came from.
I have no idea where a wedding came from. I was just saying it would.
I can't, I'll also point out that I did make sure to ask some questions about, you know, if we do get the land water conservation, what limitations there are. Can still do a gazebo, can still do the bathrooms, can still host non-recreation events, and there could be a sort of satellite office for the rec department, so have some storage and stuff of that for that site.
And wedding. And wedding.
Oh, a gazebo for a wedding. would be
I know, wouldn't it be great?
You can also do farmers markets.
Farmers market,
He
bands,
dodged that.
bands.
You could put those all together. You've got like one great event plan.
We do.
That sounds like an amazing
I'm
afternoon.
glad we could have this conversation in public on the record.
I am too.
Yeah, I'm so glad I was here tonight to have a whole discussion.
We just wanted to give back to you a little bit, Mike.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you. Everyone have a good
So
Thanksgiving.
that's all
Thank you, Max. Have a good
Thank you,
night.
Max. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Max.
Old business. We have any old business to discuss? None on the agenda? I hear none. Hey, Max, old pal. Agenda for the next meeting. I know we have a CEO day, right?
Yeah, there's several of those. Did you want Marcus to come in? I bumped him. He was supposed to come in 3 meetings ago and I bumped him the last 2. For an update.
What is there something we can-
Yeah, John had asked for him to come in and every time.
Just kind of a follow up on
schedule.
how the summer programs went. And
Every
Yeah,
time,
but-
I'd like to hear about that.
the
Every
winter-
time.
The winter programs, and especially now that we get this, hopefully, grant and conversation on how the rec committee was doing.
yeah, he was scheduled leave time and Pam and I bumped him times.
Yep.
Okay, so you're good with that?
The second meeting in December is the 23rd.
In Christmas Eve, the 24th, I knew you were gonna ask that.
Of course.
So we have the 23rd, well, we have
On the 22nd.
23rd,
I mean, the 22nd.
23rd, Tuesday, the 23rd.
Just so you're aware, that also is the day we do our Christmas baskets, so,
Oh, is that why we want to have it on that Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if there's a good reason, and that sounds like one, is that something?
I'm just saying, that is when all the town employees actually do, we pack and we distribute those, so I'm just saying, I don't know what kind of employees you'll be getting at the end of a Tuesday, so you might want it on a Monday, it's up to you
Is
guys.
calendar, we available at Monday, the calendar? Could be free.
I'm available, but I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I want to see you here on the 23rd, though.
I don't have access.
Any objection from the
Hold on,
board
I do,
to moving it to the 24th, to the 22nd? Nope. Monday, the 22nd? So we get it published.
Yeah, we'll confirm that, if not, it'll have to stay the 23rd.
Okay.
I got your back.
It sure gets busy when they're doing those baskets. If we want to fit in the room.
Anything else for the next meeting?
You'll also have the next meeting to discuss it in case there doesn't seem to be any pressing business. You can always discuss whether you're going to have it or not, or any problem.
How about a motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor? I bet you don't, part of the kids is only their birthday.
Wait.
Shut this off.